Greetings, Sefu Bakara. This is Al Qadir. I'm in the beautiful land of New Orleans right now. And I'm telling you something. It's been raining here consistently every day for like 2 weeks now. And, with this rain, it's very healing and soothing. It's definitely not natural, more supernatural, you know what I mean? It has, everybody's really resonating with this rainfall, you know what I mean? But a lot of energy in it, you know what I mean? When you manifest in your kundalini and you're sending it up into the ethers, it collects, the molecules collect from that energy, collect from the dust and the water, the condensation in the clouds, you know what I mean? So when you will out your intent during a rainstorm or thunderstorm, your energy goes up, wherever that rainstorm moves to, then all your energy like showers the land with abundance, prosperity, whatever your intent is, you know what I mean? I hope it's abundance and prosperity, you know. You never can tell nowadays, so much warring going on. But yeah, so the land of the ancestors, a lot of energy, ley lines here, New Orleans actually sits on like the same ley line as Kemet, Egypt, and there's like a lot of history in the ground. First you had the Washita and the Choctaw and all the Native American mound builders here, which were derivatives of Kemet themselves. They were the melanated, dark-skinned Kemites that came over here, and started that. Because if you look at the difference between a Cherokee and a Choctaw, there's a big difference in language, architecture, agriculture. It's a big difference, you know what I mean? But anyway, so you had the Native American thing going on here. Then you had all the French, whatever, European wars, whatever, and then you of course had the triangular trade, and this is like one of the biggest ports where a lot of the brothers and sisters from Nubia came over, so the ground, literally, when I walk around on this ground here, it's like my legs vibrate, from the energy. It's like I can feel the soul in the ground, it's pretty intense, and manifestation with Kundalini ain't nothing here. It's like you just bust open, at least this is a portal for me, everybody deals in different energy frequencies, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different energy frequency they deal in. So, some of you might delve in more, I don't know, light, I guess you would call it, or what most would call it, even though that don't really exist, but, type magic or whatever. But, New Orleans is like, it's like hey, how you doing, brother?
Hello.
Y'all doing okay? Excuse me, brother? Oh, no, I'm making a documentary for my webpage. I'm in the conscious community. Yeah, just talking about New Orleans and some of the spirits, the spirituality in the land. A lot of ancestors here, you know what I mean? And I got here like 2 weeks ago, and since I've been here, I've just been feeling that energy. It's like, it calls me. So, but, oh, thank you, brother. I feel like this too. Yeah, I just do a little bit, in upliftment, encouragement, education for the community. All positive things. Sure, I'll put you on a video. See, let me see, it's kind of dark. There's two brothers, you can't really see them, they're right here, it's in New Orleans, but yeah, they in the film now. But yeah, you know what I mean, and most of the people here are indigenous, melanated. You see very, very few Europeans, mainly Melanites, and it feels good. I love it here, all that Kundalini energy, and you got Marie Laveau, which is, you got a shop. I'm actually about to start working there, as a tarot reader or whatnot. But you got the cemeteries. They got a Makut. It resubmerged from out of the water after Katrina, and it's actually in the middle of the cemetery. So that goes to show you right now, we're in Tamaray. This is the land of pyramids and Atlantis or whatever. It's a pretty awesome experience. But the vegetation is great. They have palm trees, banana trees, whatever. It's really tropical. But New Orleans got the bad rap. But if you are in the occult sciences, and especially if you're dealing with things pertaining to underworld type magic, those of you who understand what I'm saying. I ain't talking about all these, that's Satan and all that. Nah, I ain't got time for that nonsense. For those of you who are dealing in dark matter, this is a great place for manifestation. Like, the portals here are wide open. And the ancestors just waiting to bust somebody's head. I'm telling you. So, I think what should happen is a mass collective ritual where we all actually summon all the ancestors and just let them loose. Just let them loose on the rim to get vengeance. I think that would be a great form of Mayat. Those are just my thoughts, and that's how I would do it. I've tried to do it. I've been trying to bust some things open down here. Take care of these oppressors. Excuse my language. You know, I tend to get a little angry when I talk about the system and, you know, the soulless beings that run it. You know, the ones that get melanoma and everything or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know, so many generations within that whole context. But, yeah, you know, people here are friendly. You know, no problems. You know, where I'm at right now, can't really see because it's dark, but and it's raining. But this is like, this used to be like the 5th ward, I believe. And before Katrina, this was like what they consider like the hood. You know what I mean? There's quite a few projects around here. You know, they really cleaned them all up. You know, made them into condos and stuff. You know, it's going on everywhere. But yeah, the thing I want to talk about too. You know, there's been some things going on in the community. You know that really don't make sense if you are on that conscious level. You know what I'm saying? If you are on the conscious level, then it should really not obtain to you. But what I'm saying is this, that the same with the goddess and the mother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make a clarification right now for the Heru. You know what I mean? And what the Heru are, they're my sons. You know what I mean? What the Heru, they defend the feminine, ancient feminine right. We're like the champions of the goddess. Like, you know, the perfect knight. You know, that the queen sends out to do battle and stuff like that. But that's the Heru. You know what I mean? The thing with this empowerment, uplifting of the original woman, you know what I mean, is it just about the original woman? You know what I mean? It's about the femininity concept as a whole. You know what I mean? Because original woman is the microcosm of the true God, the goddess. You know what I mean? The true creator, the universe, the womb. You know what I mean? And we couldn't apply physical characteristics on universal principles. You can't do that. The only way you can do that is when you apply it to yourself, because you are what's physical right now, living in multidimensional levels. You know what I mean? So you are anchored by a physical body. Those energies aren't anchored by anchored by a physical body. So, you know, what I'm saying is the divine feminine has been suppressed for so many millennia under patriarchal systems that are incorrect. You know what I mean? The patriarchal systems have developed school education systems, you know, which are incorrect, not right and exact. You know that. They're falsehood, illusions. You know, they created religion. You know, that's the biggest mind fuck of all. You know, it's destroyed so many indigenous people, took them away from the knowledge itself. You know what I mean? That inner power. You know what I mean? And when you indulge in another people's spirituality, that ingrains into your genetics, into your genetic code. You know what I mean? And that sickness falls into your ley lines within. You know what I mean? Into your whole DNA structure. And before you know it, your kids might be born, and they got some shit in them where they just resonate with Christianity. You don't know where it came from. Right? It's the magic. That's the whole ritual they do. You know what I mean? But this ain't nothing new for the conscious community. You know what I mean? The Christian thing, like, that word don't even vibrate with me. You know what I mean? I don't even like saying it. It's like means nothing. Same with Muslim. You know, it's all the same to me. It's all the same. But the thing I want to touch on is, brothers, you need to start stepping up for these women. Especially if you're a son, if you're my son, you need to step the fuck up. For real. Drop that science freedom sword. And sisters, they rising right now. They got voices now. You better protect that, because this nation is not going to heal until the woman heals. That's real. That is so real. It's all based on gender. Did you know that these physical bodies are abominations? Did you know in the original context, the original queens, the progenitors, were reptilian-based and they were androgynous? You having a penis is an abomination against the universe, because all that's there for is to procreate and create more slaves. It's a fucking abomination. You know what I mean? And as far as the Ma sons, you know what I mean? Yeah, you incarnated here, you got a phallus, true indeed. You know what I mean? But that phallus is there on you for a reason. You know what I mean? That's for the war, the battlefield. You know what I mean? You gotta build your body, that strength. You know what I mean? You gotta build your mind, your body, your soul, whatever dimension you want, your ether. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. You need to rise up and build yourself for real. This shit is real. Then you got all these clowns running around, you know, people, you know, they're like they're in the conscious community, they're males, and they're revered by so many people in the conscious community, but they ain't nothing. Like Brother Umar, clown, straight patriarchal, sadist, chauvinistic clown, Sarnetta, charlatan, whatever, blah, 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 you know. And the thing that kills me is that the Ma sons come in all forms, even females. You know, the Ma sons, with the sons not being S-O-N-S, but S-U-N-Z, or however, you know, the phonetics, you know, the sun, you know what I mean, representation of a light force. A light force